Okay, we're in front of Pym Test Kitchen with Chef Jeremiah, who is going to talk us through some of the things that fans can experience here at this very different type of restaurant.
Well, thank you, Robert. Welcome. Our concept is different, right? We've used Pym particles to shrink and enlarge many different versions of our food.
Yeah.
And some of those examples can be right here with our not so little chicken sandwich, where our chicken has grown and our bun has shrunk as it's gone through those Pym particles. We have our Impossible Spoonful with our Impossible Meatball, again using the Pym particles as they grow and shrink. We have our Pimini right over here with some arugula. What can't be missed is our Quantum Pretzel, the large pretzel that you're going to see going through the Quantum Tunnel as you enter inside of Pym's Test Kitchen.
Yeah, I thought that was a nice little touch there. I mean, look up as you go into actually, whenever you're in Avengers campus, look up and around. There are so many sights to see. But what they're doing to the pretzels there is very interesting.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have some wonderful beverages over at the tasting lab.
In lab beakers?
In lab beakers, of course, nonetheless. We have beers, we have wines, we have cocktails. We also have beer cocktails, so you're going to have to come and visit us and enjoy some of those. Over to our far right, we have our Shawarma Palace offerings,
of course,
which is New York's tastiest chicken shawarma and Impossible Falafel shawarma with a yogurt dipping sauce and some pickled veg on top.
I just had that. The dipping sauce is amazing, and that's at the Shawarma Palace stand that's just down the street from us here at Pym Test Kitchen.
And let's not forget our little heroes. They get hungry too, right? Where we have our chicken sandwich, a little experiment that our heroes can partake in with a peanut butter and jelly, some yogurt, and some popping pearls. We have a small pimini with the dipping sauce. And we have our Proton Punch right over here. It's our strawberry lemonade.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of peanut butter infused syrup with a peanut butter whipped cream and some peanut butter
just a liquid
spears
PB&J.
right on top, right?
I love the way that you're playing with forms of food here, particularly for the kids too, that experience where they can make their sandwich basically.
Right.
That's a nice little touch too.
Let's not forget our bite-sized Choco Smash that you could enjoy, maybe share.
That's like Hulk-sized bite there.
That is, again, that's gone through our Quantum Tunnel and grew quite a bit, almost, and also grew outside of its wrapper.
Yeah.
How about the PB&3, talking about peanut butter and jelly, right? Peanut butter, banana, candied bacon, crushed peanuts.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable, right? You get a little banana smoothie with that.
Very little.
Little.
And I'm looking at this pretzel here.
This is our atomic pretzel. This is our play off of like a buffalo chicken. So we have buffalo marinated chicken, some ranch, hot sauce, blue cheese, celery, pickled carrots. I mean, look at that.
That looks like I'm going to get good and messy eating one of those.
That's a fork and knife pretzel if I've ever seen one.
Tell me a little bit about the philosophy in selecting some of the flavors here in addition to the shapes and sizes.
You know, that's a great question. When you think about theme park food, people's heads kind of go towards very simple. We've taken foods that you'd be familiar with, right? Whether it's our pimini, which is, you know, a salami and mortadello and provolone, but we've taken it a step further on a fresh focaccia where we press it in a panini press, or whether it's a play off of a chicken katsu that you might be familiar with at other restaurants. But we've done this in-house. We season it and bread it with a very savory slaw. To, you know, some of the tater bites that you see here, again, common, but we finished it with a nice onion seasoning, so it kind of gives that vegetable blend of flavors.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the Pym particles bringing the physical things to life, you've got the flavors that are bringing your taste buds to life too. So,
you know what I think is really interesting is the falafel. You know, we might have had falafel in many different Mediterranean restaurants, but we've taken the Impossible product and mixed it inside of a heavily seasoned falafel mix, and then they're fried. So it tends to be a little bit softer of a bite, a little bit more moist. It's a excellent product.
Yeah, it's definitely something unique, and that's something really fun for people to experience too. Let's go back and talk a little bit about these drinks, though, because I think a lot of people are going to be really interested in the drink selection here, because this is something, again, a little bit different. That's not your typical theme park fare.
It is. So back at the tasting lab, we have our Honey Fusion, we have our Particle Fizz, our Molecular Meltdown, which is a stout with a scoop of ice cream finished with little mini marshmallows. I mean, who doesn't like dessert for a beverage, right? The Regulator. We also have our snack molecules available over at the tasting lab, and so it's a variety of seasoned popcorn, some sorghum, which is an ancient grain, and it actually pops very similar to popcorn.
Wow.
So if you can kind of see it.
I have not heard the word sorghum in years.
Sorghum, right?
And
we're
that
bringing it
dates
back
me,
to
the
life.
fact that I even know what sorghum is.
And imagine we, of all people, bringing sorghum back to life here.
Well, I mean, you've got that whole time travel thing too. You might as well go back and get some of the old dishes as well. Finally, I want to talk about kind of the intersection of merchandise and food, because we can't leave without talking about this little thing over here, because I think a lot of fans are going to be really interested in that.
The gauntlet, absolutely. Well, that's going to be available at some of our carts. Very fun and exciting. If you remember the end game, where that was a heavily sought after piece of hardware, but available at Shawarma Palace. Obviously, you can put your contour in there. Maybe you could even hold one of our shawarmas if you'd like and walk around.
Okay, that would be the total Iron Man experience right there. You've got all the Infinity Stones and a shawarma to go. Chef Jeremiah, thank you so much for talking us through all of the things that we've got here at Pym Test Kitchen and throughout the land at Avengers Campus. So, for Theme Park Insider, I'm Robert Niles, and thanks for watching.